Good
It's showing.
evening. What's that? What would you
It's
say?
showing us double still.
You still see his double? I don't see his double.
You know.
Golly.
Okay, so it might just be me then.
No, if you see it, then it's probably double. Hold on. Let me check on YouTube. So, good evening, everyone. As I'm checking this out, welcome to another episode / edition / installment of Free Thinkers. I'm one of your hosts, Q. Got Denise here. Got Rhea, the master artist, Rose in the house. Hold on, let me see. Okay, let me see. Okay, well, hold on. No, I just see it's just
Okay,
I
but let
only
me
see
exit
this.
and come back in then.
Okay. Yeah, no. Okay, guys. Like I said, welcome to another episode of Free Thinkers. For those of you who do not know, Free Thinkers is a discussion group where we talk about a wide array of topics. The only thing that we ask is that you come with your thoughts, emotions, and free thought. Think freely, speak freely. Keep in mind there is adult content and adult conversation and adult language. Nikki probably not going to be in tonight, so it may not be as bad as usual. But nevertheless, make sure that be mindful of who's around you because I don't cuss a lot, but I do say a lot of I wouldn't say raunchy. I'm just what's the word? It's I talk about some tough things. I don't know. Um Also make sure that you got something in your ears as well so the sound doesn't bleed. This is going to be a condensed version of Free Thinkers. We usually go about 90 minutes. If you have questions or you want to get on, I'm going to shortly put the link in the comment thread as well. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you go to the Free Thinkers Facebook page where the conversation keeps going through different posts and Twitter finger conversations. And if you are on the Free Thinkers page, which we have a lot of activity on, make sure that you sign up for the YouTube page as well. I think that's it. So this is one of those days like I had nothing. So I
Yeah.
mean, you know what part of it could be? I think Denise, you probably made me lazy over the last couple months too. That's part of it. Um,
With my random question, like topics and stuff.
Well, yeah, Denise has been over the last 3 months. She has been just a topic raiser, just bringing up topics. We probably have so many different topics in our thread that we haven't discussed yet, but it keeps me from having to think about it. So I'm like, oh well, yeah, let's just go with that. But my brain is fried. I'm tired. I was like, I couldn't think of anything. So even when you text, I was like, I have nothing. I was gonna I was gonna do a show. And I think me and Ivory did that on High Q once. We just did a show coming up with topics. Now, one of the things that I like helping people and educating people, especially people in the podcast and moderating space as well. I like showing my process.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Free Thinkers has been going on for 8 years. If we go back to the Meeting of the Mind days, it's been about 15, 16 years. And we've been pretty consistent with every week being there, whether it was in person back in the day or online. So when I say my brain is fried, in most cases, I felt like I've talked about everything that I could possibly talk about. Now, conversations are still good. I still love the conversations, but actually coming up with the ideas, it can be hard to do sometimes. So,
Yeah.
one of the things I do before we get to our questions, because I know Denise got some good questions too. I want to come. One of the things I do, this is, I'm going to show you my thought process. And if I really wanted to, I could always come up with topics, conversations. It's just a matter of finding something that, number one, interests me, and something, number two, maybe something I hadn't spoken about before. So if you want to start with categories. So, and then you can start eliminating. It's one of the things, if you don't know what you want to eat, start with categories first. You want pizza, burger, you want Chinese, you want Italian, You want Mexican? You want seafood? So then you can be like, nah, don't want seafood. No, don't want Chinese. No, not in the mood for burgers. Now you've just narrowed down things that okay, so this is now, once I figure out kind of the category that I want to operate in, now you can start thinking about the restaurants that fit into that category. Okay, if I want pizza, now we're looking at pizza places. So I kind of do a similar thing with coming up with topics. I want to talk about relationships? Do I want to talk about some hot topic of the day, pop culture? Do I want to talk about music? Do I want to talk about philosophy? Do I want to talk about politics? Do I want to talk about? So, you kind of think about what category or what lane you want to go down. And then once you find that lane, now you can start examining in that lane what are some of the things that would be interesting to talk about. And then we talk about who, what, why, when, where, so forth. And then you just start breaking it down to further give yourself content to discuss once you've decided what it is you want to talk about. So just a little bit of food for thought as well. So if you ever and the reason I say that too, it goes into relationships, and I don't mean just romantic relationships. If you're talking about friendships as well, if you want to keep your relationship and conversations interesting, give yourself kind of a formula on how to come up with things to talk about. It can be interesting. So just practice that. Keep yourself interesting. And you know what? One of the things, and I'm about to get off of this because I'm rambling now. Challenge yourself where you're talking to loved ones, friends, romantically, whatever. Get in the habit of asking, what are the questions that you, especially with people that you know, what are questions that you may feel a little bit uncomfortable to ask?
Ooh.
There's a whole realm of conversation and ways that you haven't gotten to know a person because there's certain things that you haven't felt comfortable asking them. Once you start dipping into that, you'll find out you got a whole lot more to talk about than what you've been talking about. You just been playing it safe and staying in certain areas that you're comfortable speaking in, and you know that they're comfortable speaking in. And sometimes your conversation can get boring because of that. Okay, I'm done. Denise, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm super excited. I got like 10 questions and I feel like they could go so many different places. I'm super excited. Raya, how you feeling?
Feeling pretty good.
Awesome. I love your hair and your fit is like fire. Okay, I'm gonna get straight into it because we're trying to do 45 minutes. Okay, yes, so we're kind of doing like a 21 questions kind of vibe where I'm just gonna ask y'all random questions. So the first question I want to ask you is, if you couldn't get embarrassed, like you just couldn't get embarrassed because you just don't have that emotion of like, I get embarrassed, what would you do differently?
Okay, so then my first question is, what embarrasses me or what makes me
That's a good question. What embarrasses
the only thing that makes me kind of shy away is being noticed or like unwanted. I don't like a lot of attention on me. So one thing that I'm usually wearing a lot of dark or neutral color clothes, black, gray, blue. I would probably dress a lot louder if I couldn't get embarrassed, because I wouldn't mind the attention then. The attention, whether I got attention or didn't, it wouldn't make me a difference. So I'd probably dress a lot differently. That's a quick answer.
Raya?
I'm sorry. So, well, I already dressed differently. And what I realized is there's always something me. So that makes me not embarrassed because there's always something more wild than I will. But I'm an introvert, and I wish I took more risks, like talking to people and asking for things and resources, and yeah, I've been working on being more bold in that area, but definitely would help not to be embarrassed, or that feeling when you're, and then you start taking chances that you wouldn't normally take. So yeah, just taking chances, asking people for talking to people, making connections without overthinking, like, oh no, they would say no,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now you made me think. I can tell you right now, one of the things I would do, I would ask everybody for everything. If you was a business owner, I'd be like, all right, how do I buy in? Can I get some of that? If you was a music director, hey, you want to do my video for me? No, I ain't got no money. I was just thinking if you want to do it. Like, hey, do you want to, like, I would ask questions about everything. I'd ask people for money all the time. I'd ask people to invest in my goals and dreams and all of the stuff that my ego won't allow me to do right now because I'm hesitant to do. I would, you know what, I'm probably a lot further along. Like I would have zero filter. I'd go to landowners and housing associations and just ask, I'd ask for everything. But go ahead.
Okay, so
I'm gonna say something.
Go ahead, Ria.
I like to listen to like successful people talk, whatever area they're successful in. But I heard like these groups, like a conference kind of, where you get into it and they challenge you to get out there and do just weird things, like just go ask a stranger books and see if they can, just to get you out of your
box,
so that you can you can just ask for things you need. I thought that was
Yep.
I do have a challenge, but I'm gonna wait until the end to present my challenges.
Go ahead. Sure, go ahead.
Well, what I want to do is, depending on how the rest of these questions go, I think that we should all try something we're embarrassed to try and then come back with the results next week. At least one thing.
You know what? Okay. I got to think about something that really, and it's not directly embarrassed. It's partially embarrassment, but it's some, just being uncomfortable, I guess, because of your personality or because you're introvert. But the one thing that I hesitate to do, let me step out there and do it.
Right, exactly. Something that you're hesitant about, something that's I think that'd be a good idea.
You go down these questions, Denise. Oh, no. You got to answer.
Oh, I got to answer? Oh my God. Oh my God.
That'd be changed. Now people know what I be saying. I be asking questions all the time. And they be like, what about you? I'll be like,
if I didn't get embarrassed, I would go busking. And for people who know what busking is, it's like when you go out in public in random places like the subway or on the street and you sing and you perform. Ooh. I would do that. But if you feel as though like weird.
I told Blue we need to do that sometime. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would do that.
So you gonna give us a report next week on that. That's what it is.
Right. I have to move my stuff out with me. Yeah, I gotta like figure out what I'm gonna bring outside so I can do it, or wherever it's cold, but I'll do it at a subway. Okay, next question, because we got 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Describe love or being in love to a 5-year-old.
To a 5-year-old, when you care about someone to the point that they're feeling the emotions, thoughts, you want to see them happy just as much as you see yourself happy. When they're happy, then you're happy. When they're sad, then you're sad. When they succeed, then you succeed. When they do good, then you do good. I guess that's that to a 5-year-old. That's how I would define it.
Oh wow.
Oh no, 5-year-old. It's when someone feels like home, like someone that you want to be around all the time, and you can't see living your life without.
Somebody feels like home. Somebody feels like that's not artistic stuff, boy. I couldn't come up with that in 100
I'm
years.
literally trying not to cry. That was probably the best. I'm not even kidding. That's like one of the best descriptions of love I've ever heard. That was so
everybody
warm.
have a good night. Hope y'all enjoyed the show.
We can go. We can go. There's nothing else to say. That was beautiful. Oh, that's so beautiful.
In the beginning, before we decided to date, I was like, you feel like home, because it's a comfortable feeling.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Denise.
I would say, trying to describe it to a 5-year-old, that's where it gets tricky. Ooh. Okay. Okay, I would say, you know how you feel on Christmas when you get all your presents and you open them up and you're so excited and you're so happy and you're so grateful? That's love. That's how love feels.
That's how in love feels.
That's how in love feels. You're right. That's how in love feels. It's very different from just like platonic love.
You know, like a week later, you ain't playing with none of them toys no more.
No, for real. And I would say regular love, like everyday friend love, family love, feels like when it's really, really cold outside and you come in and the fireplace is on, and now you feel like this relaxed kind of, okay, I'm good now feeling. Yeah.
The 5-year-old is not going to understand what you're
I'm
talking
not gonna get
that. No.
I don't know. I don't know. A good meal, a snack.
How do you really describe love anyway?
How do you describe love? Okay, here's another question I have. If you believe in God, describe, or not even God or spirituality, right? Describe what a spiritual encounter feels like to an atheist. And if you don't believe in God or spirituality, describe what it feels like to subscribe to whatever it is that you subscribe to someone who does believe in God or atheist, or does believe in God or some sort of spirituality.
It's I would describe it like intuition. Have you ever had intuition where you felt something, you couldn't fully put it in words, but then you also see the manifestation of that thing that you felt, and yeah, that's the best way to describe it. You can't pinpoint it, you can't prove it or explain it, but you know what you felt.
Wow.
Simple for me. I mean, if I'm trying to describe it to an atheist, that's the best way I'd be able to do it.
Oh. Rhea, what about you? This is such a hard question.
It's like everything making sense. Where you know that you're where you're supposed to be, doing what you're supposed to do, and in your purpose, you're used. Yeah, I think spiritual encounter is just where you just know, like, you're in the right place. You don't have, you're not I don't know, not lost. I guess
Oh,
you feel like you're connected and purposeful. I don't know.
oh, that's good. I like that.
These are some good questions, by the way. Denise, go
I
ahead.
was on a whim coming up with this too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You got a gift, my friend.
Um,
You
thank
got a
you.
gift.
I would say to me, specifically spiritual encounters, almost feel like something out of a science fiction movie. Like you might see something and you're like, I know I'm seeing this thing, but this is crazy. Like, I know I'm feeling this thing,
Right.
but if I try to tell somebody what this is or explain it, I'm also look crazy. And it just feels like in these moments, you're like so sure. But it almost feels like waking up from like a dream or something when you have certain spiritual encounters where you're like, wait, what just happened? That's how I would describe a spiritual encounter.
And then let me say this too. You might have 1,000 passing thoughts throughout the course of a day. But when you're having an encounter, like, why isn't this feeling passing? Why is it just sticking with me? Like it's telling me, hey, I need you to see something. I'm trying to show you something right now. And it's like, okay, so this ain't just a passing or fleeting thought. This is actually something that the universe is trying to show me. And it's not, and let me get off this. It's not just a thought. There's a thought with a type of feeling attached with it. Oftentimes, and the most I did, even when I'm thinking stuff, I know when I'm thinking something versus I know when a thought or feeling has been planted in me, and I'm like, whoa, what is this? That didn't come from me. What is it? It didn't come from me, and it's not leaving, and it's kind of forcing me to understand it. Anyway, I'll stop right there.
I got a follow-up question. I'm not going to stay in here long. When you've had certain encounters, can you remember where you felt it in your body? And if you can't, can you remember just like for me, sometimes like when you were talking, I got the chills like that, you know,
Right.
can you think of little instances that you can physically feel in your body that make you understand that something is happening?
This is gonna sound super weird. Even when first of all, I never thought about that where I felt it at, but it's like the feeling is in here somewhere. But the weird thing is because I'm literally just thinking of this on the fly. It's like it's not in my head and it's not directly in my heart. It's like somewhere. It's like my head and my heart is connecting together, and I start feeling something right up in here. It's weird.
Mm-hmm. Rhea?
And in my fingertips too.
Oh, your extremities? Just your fingers?
Yes, my palms will start. My fingertips is like sweating almost. They'll start. It's a weird feeling.
I don't feel anything like physical. I just feel like just purposeful. Like everything that I see happening, I feel like it's supposed to be. Like even then, I felt like I see the purpose in it. Like I'm not angry. I'm not like, why me? I can see that even when bad things happen, like God is answering whatever it is that I'm seeking. So it just feels peaceful.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, that's good. That's good. I love that. Mm. I think anybody at home that's watching, everybody on the call, I just think about that more, like what that feeling is, because I feel like that'll just help us stay in tune when we can recognize, oh, I know it. Because sometimes there comes times where we're like kind of confused, like, am I tripping? Am I
Right.
overthinking this one?
And
But it's like that feeling will show up.
It's different. So like even with Ray was talking about, sometimes I can run into somebody I never met before, and I start having a conversation with them, another person, and I can start feeling like this was an ordained thing. It just feels right. There's other times when I guess where discernment or God's trying to show me something. That's a different type of feeling. That's kind of more what I was talking about earlier. But yeah, there are different feelings. There are times when we've come off the stage from a show and we having certain conversations and I can feel it.
Yeah.
There's certain times in the parking lot outside of Genuine Joe's, like, oh, I feel it. This was an ordained thing. Yeah. So there's So, but it's different feelings depending on what it is. What about you, Denise?
Yeah, I was saying I get the chills. Sometimes I'm like so moved that I'm like crying, like kind of like I can't really even control it. It's just like I'm crying, somebody else is crying, like, especially like when there's like something that you need to say or something that needs to be said to you. Sometimes you could just tell and just starts coming out, and it's like, oh, and then it's like tears. And then sometimes, like especially in like a certain settings, it almost feels like a haze. It almost feels like everything is, you almost feel like a warmth in the room, almost like a similar to like, not quite like humidity, but kind of like how when it's humid, it almost feels like you can feel the air on your skin. It's like this light pressing, kind of, if you will. Like it's just like this warm kind of feeling. Um, and then the other one is chills. That's how I know when to stop doing stuff creatively sometimes. As if I'm like, is this it? I don't know. Boom. I get to like I find it and then I was like, oh, okay, that's it. And I'm like, let me stop. Or when people are talking, like when both of y'all were talking, I like certain things that y'all said, I just like get the chills. So yeah, it's like shows up a few different ways. Yeah. Okay. Next question. Very random. Ooh, you're a fly on the wall. Where are you?
Fly on the wall.
Who's in the room?
Well, simple. It just depends on what my limitations are. So I'm
You can only
blank.
listen.
I love watching. Oh, I can only listen. I can't watch.
You can listen. You can watch. You're literally a fly, and you're just like buzzing around. No one knows that you're you, and you're just in a room.
Well, simple thing. I like watching people have sex, so I just go somewhere while watching people have sex in the room. Outside of that, if I'm being more, specific and deep, I would right now. I would probably like to be in the Oval Office. I'd love to hear what the conversations with our current president and just how they talk behind closed doors and what some of the things that they would say. I would absolutely be interested in hearing that.
I agree. The voyeurism. That would be me. As far as just trying to be nosy. I actually thought of it earlier and I was like, I don't know if I really would want to know everything. I kind of want to take people's word for it. And yeah, I think there's a lot that I really don't want to know or see. So yeah, I would stick to voyeurism.
Okay, this just randomly came to me. I was thinking about the Q thing. Like I was thinking, I want to know what Trump is doing behind the scenes. Like I want to really know what you're talking about, what you're discussing, what's really good. I want to know how much of the stuff you say you actually believe versus what you're
Right.
putting sauce
Right.
on. Like, I just want to
Right.
know, like
Like,
what
is this
it
something that
really
you really
is.
believe and you standing on, or is this something like you just giving everybody a bag full of ish and then you're
Right.
and laughing about it like that? I guess that's the part I would want to. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. The other thing that I just thought about is I would want to see myself be born. Like, what was that like? Like.
Oh, you're doing time travel now. You
Well, you
cheating.
can do time travel. No, that's what I'm saying.
You
Like,
didn't,
it can
you
be.
didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me
Okay,
that.
okay. Any time period, any time
Oh, that's
you fly on the wall, and you can be somewhere where who's in the room, and what would you be doing?
oh, that's different. I would go to the beginning.
Yeah. I'd go to Adam and Eve. I want to know I want to understand what the whole tree and fruit and apple was. I want to see what Eve looked like. You the first woman in the world. You got to be fine. Oh my goodness, you got to be fine. And so yeah, that would probably be my first. That's what I want to see what that really looked like.
Oh, Rhea.
Yeah, well, that was my thought. Was
Yeah.
even dinosaurs. Like, I just want to know. We have so many theories, nothing to prove. I would just like to know how it actually went down.
Can you imagine how beautiful the earth was? Like, with all the plants and all the animals we had before, like, all this other stuff happened, like how beautiful and full and green and fresh everything was before, like, pollution, and like that was probably nice. That was probably so nice. But you know what I want to know? I would want to go further back than then. I would want to go back to like the start of like who created God. Like what
Right.
and like, and then when I started thinking about that, I'm like when was, like, okay, we did the whole let there be light thing, but then before the let there be light thing, there was conversation. Like, what was that conversation? What was happening before that? Who were you talking to? Who made you? How did you become? How did consciousness even become to then say, I want to create other things? Like,
Right.
how did something start? When there was nothing, how did we get something from nothing? What happened? Like, I want to know that so bad. I really, really do. Because it's crazy to think that at one point there was nothing, but it couldn't have been nothing because now there's something.
Right.
And something start creating other things.
Yeah. That's yeah. Yeah, no, that would yeah, you're probably right. So if I had a top three, if I got to choose the top three, then I would want to know what was the beginning before the beginning. Take me to the beginning. Number two, I'd want to see Adam and Eve. And then number three, I'd want to see the life of Jesus. Because then that way, like, y'all could debate back and forth if y'all want to, but I know I saw it. I was there. I saw it.
Would you want to be like his disciple? Would you want to be a disciple?
No.
Or would you, or could you just be fine being like one of the one guys that just like he was in Jubilee and you were like, yo, like,
nope. Just let me be a fly that get to live for 33 years. That's all. I don't need to, because fly have different access. You, like I said, the fly got the access. If you a disciple, see, even with the disciples, all the disciples didn't get the same access. He just let Peter, John, James, and John, I think that was, go in certain places. And even then, they couldn't go everywhere. So it's like, no, let me be a fly. I just want to be a fly. Let me see it.
Oh. Okay, I got another one. Boom. Come up with either a TV show or a plot for a TV show, plot for a movie. What is it about? Who's the star? Well, it could even be a part two. It could be it could be like a sequel or a prequel to something that already exists. It could be something completely new. But who's in it? What is the concept of this?
Plot for a TV show. It'd be a timepiece. Somebody from today's time, almost like a quantum leap type of thing. Something happened and a person from me, a black man from today's day, and I'm be the star. I don't need nobody else being the star. Go back into pre equal rights days and stuff like that. And now they have to navigate living in a segregated society with a supposedly free mindset. How do you operate? What are things that you thought that you wouldn't do or wouldn't allow, but now since you are in this society, now you realize it ain't just easy as saying, oh hell no, I ain't doing this. Like so that would be a series for me.
Oh, that's really good. What about you, Rhea?
If I seriously had to think about it, it would be a very thought-provoking movie about just waking up to, like they've been doing. I can't think of any names right now, but where you're just realizing what's going on in America, just something really deep, and maybe has a big twist at the end. But if I'm being fun, it would be a zombie movie with my favorite actor, Bill Murray.
Bill Murray in a zombie movie.
I got one more, but go ahead, Denise.
Unbothered. That sounds so unbothered. He's like, yeah, there's zombies. I gotta kill them. Wait, so the other one is like you wake up from something and you find out that you're in the current world of America, Rhea? Is that what it was? Or like
no, like what was that one that they did where they were like eating the fried chicken and like
they clone Tyrone?
Yeah. Like something that makes you think, where everybody's like, oh my God,
yeah,
we are really being taken advantage of,
Oh, kind of like Matrix-esque, where you find out the world you're in wasn't really the world you were in type thing. Like you're waking up to the truth type of.
Yeah, but yeah, the reality.
But it's still zombies though.
What's going on? Yeah.
But it's still zombies. But what about you, Denise? I got one more. What about you?
Okay, I'm a big Kill Bill fan, y'all. I don't know if y'all saw, but they're like releasing like a new version where they're combining 1 and 2 together. I'm a huge Kill Bill fan, and I don't even like gore. I don't like those things, but I loved Kill Bill and Kill Bill 2.
Okay.
There's a part in Kill Bill 2 where, so the concept of this film is that there are these like assassins, and they're in this assassin group, and one of the assassins gets pregnant. That's Black Mamba, Beatrice Cadell. She gets pregnant and she's like, I can't be killing folks no more. I gotta stop this. So her assassin boyfriend felt the way that she dipped, because she dipped and she didn't tell nobody she was dipping. She just dipped. So he was like, oh no. He saw that she was pregnant and he was like, out of here. He doesn't know the kid is his baby. Blah, blah, blah. She actually survived the shooting. And now she's like, I am out to kill every person who was there when this dude tried to kill me. And that's the premise of the movie. And to avenge the death of my daughter. I'm not going to tell you the whole thing because you might want to watch it because it's good. Anyway, just for those at home who haven't seen Kill Bill. So
look, if you ain't seen Kill Bill right now, then but anyway, go ahead.
So there's a point where she's meeting up with Vivica, because her and Vivica, they used to kill people together because they were, assassins. So she meets up with Vivica. Vivica has moved on with her life, and now she's a mom, and her kid's probably like 6 or something like that, and she's like moving on with her life. And she's like, you know what? I'm not an assassin no more. No one knows who I am, until Black Mama shows up at her door and is like, hey, girl, remember me? Blah, blah, blah. They're getting it on. It's swords. It's all kind of stuff. The living room's getting destroyed. Vivica's daughter is coming to the house. Black Mamba, who's the other character, is like, I can't do this in front of this lady's child. You know what? Let's stop. They stop. She sends the little girl to the room and she's like, look, meet me here at this time. That's your ass. So she's talking, they're having their discussion, they're acting normal and that whole thing, like they about to set this whole thing up. And then Vivica turns and tries to kill her. But Black Mama catches it and kills her first. The daughter walks in and sees the shit. And she looks at the daughter and she said, if you feel, she's like, let me tell you, your mom had it coming. She was a piece of shit. If you feel in your heart some type of way when you become an adult, I'll give you a fair one. I think that the sequel should be the daughter coming to get her revenge on the Black Mamba.
That makes sense.
And it should be played by Zazie Beetz.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I would love it.
She did some. Oh, she was on Bullet Train. That's why I was like, she did some Kill Bill type stuff before.
She did. Well, even perfect. So yeah. Zazie Beetz.
You never watch a Bullet Train with Brad Pitt?
I love Brad Pitt.
Yeah, she was an assassin on that one. Yeah, you should watch Bullet Train. It got some Kill Bill-ish to it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Okay, so the last one that I would do real quick. So, there will be some type of world lottery like we're going to do. I know you used to doing $500 million lotteries, and sometimes Powerball might get up to $1 billion. We're doing a lottery where a regular person, we're going to make them the richest person in the world. Be like, whatever the most money is, we're going to give them $500 trillion, whatever. They're going to be the richest person in there. That sweepstake is going to go to one person. And then it falls to me. And in one day, I'll become regular Joe to the richest person in the whole wide world. So then the plot can be, you got to decide who you want to be once you be that. Do you want to ball out and show how flashy you are, or do you want to make long-lasting change? Do you want to provide jobs? And then in the meantime, you got people who still actually want to kill you. So you just can't eat at regular places, and people are really trying to take you out because of the power you have to change economies, change worlds. You can change how water, infrastructure, everything is done. What are you going to do with this opportunity that you've given? Like so many people saying, if I had the choice, then I would do X, Y, and Z. Now you have that choice. What are you actually going to do with it?
That's hard. I feel like that's so. Can that be a topic? That has to be a topic. That has to be a whole topic. Like,
we do one periodically if I were, if I was president. But that's a little bit different because you don't even have you have a slightly different restrictions as president than you do just being the richest person in the world. It's different. It's similar, but it's different. But yeah.
Because there's so many roads that I want to travel down on that I think would be better for a full conversation. But I really like that.
All right, we're 44. How many more questions? Did we even get to 5 questions?
We did get to 5. No, we got to 6.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna do.
Doing pretty good.
There was one question I was going to ask, which was like, if you could restructure society, like, where would you start? But that's kind of like the rich guy question. You could almost throw that in there with that, because it's like, how do you restructure? But we won't go there right now because that's kind of a longer thing.
I just proposed the plot of the movie. I ain't tell you what I would actually do. That's still a good question.
I know. That's why I want to wait, because that's a whole conversation.
We can make a whole show out of that. Yeah, we can make
a whole show out of that. Oh, here's a question I've pondered, and I don't know if I've ever asked anyone. 2 questions and we're out of here. Okay. Even though I have 4 left. If the devil exists, if you believe that the devil exists, right? why has no one ever tried to bring him to Christ? Why aren't we praying for him to get right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wouldn't that kind of end everything if he got right? Like, like, is there a world where you think he could turn it around?
No.
Is that the only person that cannot be redeemed? Like, honestly, think about this.
What is see? That's then and see. There's a question. So then I'm sure I'm in the minority on this with a lot of people, but I was even talking to my best friend about this. It's where was the devil created from?
Ooh. Ego? Pride?
I would argue, even based on certain scriptures, that the devil was created from God.
Well, yeah. Because unless, see, now you got me on my science fiction.
No, go ahead.
Unless there's more than one entity that can create things. And there always has been.
So in that case,
but then why was he in heaven?
No, let's ask the question: is God all powerful?
Define all powerful.
Has the ability, authority to make anything, change anything, control anything that it so desires.
I believe it has the ability, but I believe it relinquished the authority when it gave everybody, including all other beings, free will. I believe we have free will. I believe all the other entities probably have some sort of free will as well. Or at least we do for sure. And the angels had to have them because that's how like Lucifer started getting in his bag. So that must mean that everything that God created, he was like, hey, like do your thing. Like, I hope you do this, but you could easily not do this. Because think about it, like according to the storyline, it was like Lucifer is like, yo, I'm shiny, I'm fly, I sound good, I look better than everybody. And yeah, y'all should follow me. And some people was like, yeah, I'm kind of vibing with what you're doing. And they went. So it was like the devil was Lucifer went alone. So I feel like all beings has some form of free will and is choosing to do whatever they want to do. And so, that was how, because if you're made in God's image, then that means you have free will to create and do and be.
So one argument could be made about anthropomorphism. I forgot how you say that, where you kind of personify entities, or you personify animals and give them person-like characteristics, or in this case, you personify spirits and give them, people-like characteristics. One of the things that we could be talking about when we talk about the devil, and I become, he saw how shiny he was and all. The devil could be actually just speaking of alternative consciousness.
Elaborate.
Not an actual physical or spiritual being, but it speaks to the duality that's inside of every entity. We have the ability to operate on a high frequency, high plane level. We also have the ability to be selfish. We have the ability to want to look out for ourselves instead of other people. Those are two different type of personalities that operate inside of one entity. So we could use the term the devil, actually just speaking towards the other side of ourselves. That's one part of it. But then going back to what you were actually saying, by your definition, if God relinquished power to or free will to each person, then that would also mean that God is not all powerful.
Battery low.
I think so. Because it's like you have kids, right? And they, when they're at your house, they got to follow certain rules. They
Hmm.
they can try to leave the house and go do stuff. They could, but they probably shouldn't. And you do have some degree of control over what go on in your house.
Hmm.
Not all, of course, but you have some level of power and control.
Right.
Maybe not the best example, but I think if you gave up the power, then you have the power, right? If you said, I'm going to let you do this, I'm going to create in you a thing where you have a choice. If I gave the choice and I know where the choices lead, regardless of
Mhm.
whatever choice you pick, I know where the choices lead. Am I still not
Yeah.
the
So
powerful? You know
they
what I
talk
mean?
about biblically they talk about two different types of power. Dunamis, which comes from the word dynamite, which is actual explosive power or raw power, and then you have exousia, which is an authoritative power, meaning like this is a power by the authority that I give. So when somebody will, if you watch 300 and then the guy came and somebody speaking or an ambassador who goes to another country, they are speaking by the authority of the leader of the country that they represent. So everything that person says is a reflection and a representation of the person who actually has the power that put them in that office. It's just two different types. So I mean, it's how do you view power? Do you still say that
Yeah.
that's all powerful, or do you it just depends on how you view it.
Yeah. Rhea,
Well, on a lighthearted note,
you're muted.
I don't think we waste.
No, I hear.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I can't hear nothing.
Oh, you can't hear anything? You can't.
StreamYard been doing that a lot lately, where certain people like they can't hear certain people. I've done
Right.
2 shows in the last 2 weeks where like one person can't hear the other person, but everybody else can hear.
I'm gonna
That's
hop out and hop back in.
Yeah, it's a StreamYard thing. But what were you saying, Ray?
Oh, I was gonna say on a lighthearted note, we don't waste our time trying to convert the devil because he's a narcissist like my ex-husband. Not changing.
You saying you don't try to convert narcissists? You know what? People don't try to convert narcissists.
They
They're
still
like
act,
they're hopeless.
but on a deeper note, I believe in God, but based on everything that I've been through, I question everything that like we're taught.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see everything as good and evil. I see it more yin and yang.
Right.
And there are a lot of people with the philosophy of things are bad and good based on how we label them, not necessarily bad or good. And God's created everyone, including my ex-husband, and God's created everybody, and I don't think it was a mistake. So I can't like evil and good, like that's Satan. I don't know. I just see things a different way. Like everything was created for a purpose, and we don't necessarily understand it. But I don't see it as just like Satan.
Right. But what we do understand is, in most cases, it's the most negative or the toughest, challenging things in our life that actually brought out the best character in us, that brought out tenacity, that brought out our strongest characteristics. It's one of the simple things. I go to the gym. You can't go to the gym and say, man, I wish it wasn't no weight. What is weight? When you go to the gym, it's resistance. The resistance makes you stronger. Without the resistance, you can't get stronger. Your body will not develop if you don't lift weight. And the heavier the weight is, then the more your body will respond to it. It works in the physical the same way in the spiritual. Now, I don't like it at all. I tell you that. I'm like, look, I know that in principle, God, but I think I learned all my lessons. My body looked just fine. I wanted to be smooth sailing from here. I think I'm good, but God got other plans, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay, can I do one more question?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Okay, final question. If you could,
Oh, hold on. Pause.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because Rhea said something that I want to ask you while you jumped out and jumped back in.
Uh-huh.
Would you try to change or reform a narcissist?
Okay.
I'm
asking Denise.
Can you give me the exact definition of what a narcissist is?
Rhea.
I can look it up. I know it. I have an idea of it. I feel like it's so overused of a term. I know it's a personality disorder.
I mean, it's selfish. Everything is about them.
Yeah.
Anytime something goes wrong, then they deflect blame. They always make everything about them. So even when something isn't about them, then they make it about them. If you having a bad day, is that means that you're upset with them. For like everything revolves around them in some form or fashion.
Can I list off the 5 habits that they say narcissists have for the people at home and for myself?
Yeah.
Grandiose sense of self-importance, need for excessive admiration, sense of entitlement, lack of empathy. I think that's one of the components. And interpersonally exploitive behavior, which means they use and manipulate others to achieve their own ends without the concern or impact of the other person. Would I try to change that person? Yep. I wouldn't try to change nobody.
Yeah, I would think that for everybody though, even without the personality type, I wouldn't try to change anyone.
Yeah, I could recommend therapy.
Yeah, I hope people improve, but
yeah, okay, younger me thought thought they could change people. Me now.
I'm just asking why you talking about praying for the devil. I'm like, you gonna pray for this narcissist over here? You're like,
I wouldn't try to pray for the devil just because I just wouldn't want the spiritual attacks that probably come with that. Like that just sounds like a whole slew of like a door that I don't want to open. Like, you know, when you're trying to do.
Hold on. Listen, I got a question. Why don't people in general pray for the devil? Do you think because I think we are all God beings? Do you think maybe it's something innately our God being inside of us knows that that's not in the will of God, and God actually chooses for the adversary to be there in order to bring the most or the best out of us? Like maybe that's something that we innately know, that the devil is necessary. The God part of us inside of us knows that the devil is necessary.
Well, if we go back to your earlier kind of like theme or ideology about like it just representing the dark shadow self of ourselves, then maybe we would need to pray, because there's like, yeah, there's things in us that can help bring us to a certain place, but then also like it's not always necessary. Right. Like some stuff doesn't have to happen.
People do that all the time. I bind the devil in the name of Jesus.
But that's not praying for like, yo, I hope Buddy gets it together. I hope he changes his ways and becomes a new being in Christ.
I think we do.
It's very different from send them back to the pits of hell from which it came. That's very different from, you know what? I hope.
No, but hold on.
They get it together.
When you pray for your own lust spirit, and you pray for your addictions and your habits, that's, one could argue that's the same thing that you're praying for. You're praying for the release of your lower energy to not have control over your life. It's kind of the same thing. Without you praying for the entity of the devil, you're praying for those characteristics that people would attribute to the devil, but you're praying that those things be put under subjection to your higher vibrations.
That's actually really good. Ooh.
I'm saying so when I initially talked about the anthropomorph, I can't remember how to say that word right, but basically, where a lot of times we try to we personify things that are not actual people, whether it's animals, whether it's spirits, not actual people, but we give it person characteristics in order to better connect with them. But the truth is, it's you. So even the Bible said, "Are ye not gods? Are you a god, Denise? Are you a god, Rhea? I'm a god." See, but and some people, everybody won't acknowledge that they are gods. But even for the people who will acknowledge that they are gods, do you also acknowledge that you? That's what the Chinese people talk about: yin and yang. They both dwell together. So how can I even say that I'm a god and not also say that I'm the devil? This is stuff I can't have conversations with a lot of people like this.
That's actually good. That's so good but you know why I think people don't do it? Because then you have to take accountability.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And too much is known, much is required. So when you know that you could just be like, I'm really struggling with the you know, and not have to say like, nah, it's me. Like this is me. I'm struggling. I need to work on me. This is my problem. And I think there's a lot of shame that comes with the shadow self, the dark self, and accepting that these are things that you are. And you know, there's a lot of shame that comes with that, a lot of judgment that comes with that. So it's harder to accept something when there's shame, you know, and things like that. And so I think if people maybe felt less shamed or weren't shamed, I think people would be more inclined to take accountability and take responsibility for themselves, whether it be good or bad. But it is a lot to say, actually, I'm responsible for everything that's going on right now. And if I want to change it, I can. And if I don't, then it's because I chose not to. You know, that's hard to say. I am here because I'm choosing to be here. I am doing this because I'm choosing to do this.
But it's actually the most empowering thing because you don't give credit to outside sources for where your life is. You take accountability for everything, even if you don't take if you don't have control over the things that's out of your control, you still have control on how you respond to it and where you move yourself from that point in time.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't want to go too far on that. You said you got one more?
One more question, y'all. One more final question. That was such a good, maybe we need to have a yin yang conversation. Good versus evil, if you will, or black, white, well, you know, whatever. Okay, last one. Wait, my headphone died on me. Hold on. Can y'all hear me?
I hear you.
Again?
Yes.
There we go. Boom. Final question. If you could literally feel what your spouse feels for you for a day or for an hour, would you want to feel it?
Rhea, you go first.
It depends on if it's that time of the month.
Right.
But I mean, I think he's pretty straightforward with how he feels. So I'm not really curious. Well, actually, there's probably something in the back of his mind. I don't know. That might be stressful.
So on just a side note of what you were saying, if I could feel what a woman felt like when they were on their period, yeah, I would, because I think that'd give me a deeper appreciation for what women are actually going through at that time. I think it would make me more empathetic, more understanding. Now, as far as wanting to know how they feel about me, my curiosity would say yes. And just in principle, I'm at the point I don't turn down knowing or knowledge. And if there's something I had the ability to know, um, I don't think I could turn it down, but there's a part of me that be like, it's probably not a good idea. I really don't think, and maybe this, I don't know, this could be narcissistic on my part. I don't, I find it hard that people outside of my mother and father can feel for me the way that I feel for them. I am loyal from the womb to the tomb. I don't like my loyal. That's one thing I question, but I try not to question because I just don't expect people to be as loyal to me as I am to them.
But does someone's ability to be loyal impact how they actually feel about you? Because
Yes.
loyalty or your ability to be
Yes.
loyal or not loyal isn't necessarily tied up in how you feel about another person. It could be tied up in whatever you got going on with yourself.
A certain aspect of it does, because if you don't possess certain loyalty, even when you operate, then you're still always operating with an exit door or exit plan in mind. And that in itself influences the way that you operate on a daily basis. It operates your trust. It operates how you prepare. It operates how you open yourself up to people.
Have we done a conversation about loyalty before?
I don't know. I don't think so.
That would be interesting.
We came about 4 topics, 4 future topics.
We've done both. We did the 21 questions and we found
right. There we go.
I would say I would want to know, as scary as it sounds, to know exactly how they feel, like to feel what they're feeling towards me. I would want to know, because I would want to know what it feels like when they're happy. I felt like that would.
How long are you going to be in the space? You get 24 hours, you get a week, or you get like or is this a constant thing where you can feel what they're feeling for you? Or
I don't know how long it would be, but I would want to do it long enough to feel almost all of the emotions, like happiness, sadness, anger, disappointment, passion, whatever. Like I would want to know like all the feelings, because one, I feel like it'll give me more incentive to do good, and then it would, to do more of the good things, but I think it'll give me more incentive to like stay away from things that hurt them or anger them. If I know,
it could possibly give me more resentment.
How so?
Because if you know if you can compare situations, and if you find out that they handle situations, or they have a checkout button, an internal emotional checkout button over some of the same stuff that I overlook, forgive, cover, so forth, then it could be like, because now I know, like, I see how you feel in this situation, and I know how I feel in this situation, and your checkout game might be quick, and I might be, I could resent that. There's a way that you could resent that when somebody, when it's the same situation, and you may lock in and they may check out.
But so isn't checking out a trauma response to not wanting to feel pain? It's not like the checkout means they don't really care. The checkout means I'm trying to protect myself. So I gotta put up these barriers and these walls. It doesn't actually mean you don't care. It's rare that you don't care about something with someone that you love. It's very rare that you're like, oh, okay. Like genuinely don't care.
But I get it. It depends on the level of checkout, though. Like, you know, emotionally, mentally, they got exit plans en route. Like that could if you found out that if your significant other through the course of a month, they were ready to call it quits 3 to 5 times over the course of a month, how would you feel about that? Would you really want to know that, man, this is how, like, see, because there's times I can get upset, but the thought of checking out or leaving, that don't cross my mind. They might get upset and they was like, what's, you know, how's Florida looking this time of month? I'm like, well, it's like, dang, really? So then you may come to realize that you are not in a stable relationship like you thought you was. Now, and so one of the things that and this is one thing that I say I say this quite often, even with my ex-wife. She told me she wanted a divorce on Wednesday. If you asked me Tuesday how things were going, I'm like, oh yeah, we good. Never saw it coming. And that's one of those things where things can seem like they're good and things seem like they are right, and you never know what a person is actually. So what I want to know, I don't know if I could turn down knowing, but I don't know. That's tough.
I would want to know, and I would feel comfortable if I'm not gonna say I feel comfortable, but if I notice like 3 or 5 times out of the month, which is once a week and twice one of those weeks, like that they're like, I'm ready to get out of here. Like I think it would make me more curious. Like, what's going on? Like, can this be repaired? Is this your response are you a runner? Are you a track star? Is that why when we get into these fights, you're just like, run? What do they say? Like, fight or flight? Like, you know what I mean? If your thing is flight, it's probably flight in all areas of your life. You know what I mean? If your thing is fight, you're probably gonna fight and save or the marriage, whatever, a relationship, whatever the case may be. I think I would want to know because I'm like, if it can be repaired, let's repair it. If it can't be repaired, then let's go ahead and let's do what we need to do. You know what I mean? Like, let's just
what do you mean do what we
need
to do? What do you mean do what we need to do?
If we cannot repair the fact that okay, hold on. Before I go there, I will say, if a person thinks about leaving me 3 to 5 times a month and they still stay, I think they really love me. Cause you're like, man, I don't even want to be here no more.
But way to look at it.
But I made a commitment. Oh, you getting on my nerves. But I said I was going to be in this relationship. Like, you know, if a person is, it's so easy to be like, I'm so in love. This is so great. Oh my God. Like, I'm always feeling so great about this person because they're so perfect. Then, like, what it really, really is. Like, I talked to my partner about this because, you know, we be breaking up and getting back together. But I was like, as an adult, as a grown woman, what this year has taught me is that you're not going to always feel like doing the things that you want, that you're supposed to do in the relationship. It is so easy to have those butterfly feelings for someone when you first start dating, when there are no circumstances that would make you not want to do it. But if you continue to do the things that you know they will like and love, regardless if they made you mad the night before or they just finished getting on your nerves, and you still say, hey, these are the things that this person loves and likes in this relationship, and I'm going to continue to do it regardless of whatever they got going on. That's what keeps the relationship together. Because if you're just basing everything off how you feel, the relationship will fall apart. You have to base it upon what works in the relationship. When I send those text messages in the morning to encourage him and make him feel like the man, that's what he likes. That's what I'm going to do. Yes, he made me mad the night before, and I don't feel like sending this message. I'm going to send it anyway, because that is what's going to make him feel good. And that's what's going to make him feel special. So I'm not going to stop being who I want to be in the relationship because we got into a little tiffy the night before. Because I noticed the difference between when I do what I'm supposed to do in a relationship versus when I base everything myself how I feel, and I'm not going to do it because I don't feel like it because this thing happened and now I'm going to act like this. Because once you get in that loop, you're gone. You can't undo it. You can't undo the loop of I'm not doing this because they didn't do that, and then they're not going to do this because you didn't do that, and then you just continue in this loop of foolishness. There's no point.
I got a response to that, but Ray, what are you thinking?
I just think everyone should stay in their own heads. Because Louis in my head, I walk out the door right now.
Everybody stay in your own head.
Hey, y'all.
Okay, so you kind of preface this, Denise, when you say, hey, man, we kind of got a routine of getting together, breaking up a little bit. And that is a little bit different. So I think it depends on where you are in your mind, what will allow you to be more accepting of the other person. So if I'm thinking about breaking up with my partner 3 to 5 times a month, and then I get into their head and their emotions, and I find out they thinking about breaking up 3 to 5 times a month, I'm like, yeah, me too. I get it. Now, if you're one of those people who like me leaving mine, that don't even cross my mind. That ain't never. And then you find out that they thinking about it 3 to 5 times when they don't even cross it. That's different. That's different.
So to feel safe, I get it.
That's it. That's all I got.
Okay, we got a few things, but again, so the homework is going to be, we're going to try one thing that makes us feel uncomfortable. For anybody who's just tuning in, we just did 21 questions, except we only did like 7, 8 of them. I'll put them in the description or put them in the comment section on Facebook and YouTube.
Out of each question, we proposed another 3 or 4 questions inside of that. So it came out to 21, somewhere around there.
Right, it came out to about 21. But the first question we started with is, if we didn't feel embarrassed, what is something that we would try? What is something that we would do differently? So this week, the challenge was, I think we should do some free thinkers every week, is have a challenge based on the conversation and then come back.
I'm going to give homework.
Homework. So this week's challenge is to do one thing that makes you feel uncomfortable.
Okay, I'm with it. I got to just figure out what it is. I'm going to do it.
One thing that makes you feel uncomfortable. And then report back to the group your findings.
So I got to find something that's like I'm terrified to do. I got to find something like I'm really like, I got to find something that really, because I do sales for a living. Like certain things, I don't like doing it, but I don't bother. But I got to find something that really makes me uncomfortable. Like that's going to make me second guess. Like, nah, Q, you don't need to do that. And once I find that, then I'm like, oh, that's the thing I need to do, because I'm scared to do it. So
what about the bright colors?
That's easier for me to do. I feel uncomfortable, but I can do it. Yeah, you know what?
We can do all of the things that we feel uncomfortable doing.
That might be my warm up. I might start off with that and then build myself up to.
We can warm into. We ain't gotta like do crazy stuff like, y'all, I signed up the bungee jump. Like, no, like, hey, we're not. It doesn't have to be that extreme unless you want it to be. But yeah, just one thing that makes you feel uncomfortable. It could be big, small, medium, whatever, but it makes you feel uncomfortable.
You know what? I'm gonna wear something real loud around a group of people. That does make me feel yeah. That's one of the things I'm gonna do. I might figure out something else. I gotta look in my closet to find, because I don't have a whole bunch of loud stuff, so I gotta go find something that's real loud.
Awesome, y'all. Well, this is really fun. I actually thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. It's really fun to just like get in y'all's heads, hear what y'all are thinking. And yeah, this is cool. This is a really cool conversation. So yeah, if you're at home, share it, comment, like. You got a topic you want to share, like that you want us to do, because we need help coming up with topics. please send it. If there's something that stuck out to you, quote it, put it in quotes, and put it in the comment section. If you think somebody could learn from this, send it to somebody that you think would find it interesting. And follow us on Facebook, follow us on the YouTubes. And Q, Rhea, any final thoughts?
Rhea?
No, just thinking about what to do this week.
Hey, that's it. Good night. Good conversation, y'all.
Bye. Good night, y'all.